All right, if you clicked on this video, you know it's going to be about weight loss. And I know all of you who watch fitness or weight loss videos already know what to do. You already know the steps to take to lose weight. You already know what workout routines to do that is going to be most beneficial or going to be the optimal workout routine for you to build muscle or whatever your goals are. Today, what I'm going to offer you is an example of how to get there without going through the diets that you have already heard of or the workout routines that you've already heard of. This is going to be deeper. It's going to be something that is actually going to be different than most of the videos that you watch. And it's going to be my own story and experiences that I've had with weight loss. I've been overweight my entire life. I've struggled with fluctuating between almost at my goal weight to then going right back to where I started and never being able to sustain a healthy weight. I've always had to force myself to be at a healthy weight. And as hard as I grinded and worked towards being at a healthy weight, I always failed and found myself back to being overweight. And the reason why I know that it's deeper than just knowing what to do is because I've known what to do for 15 plus years and yet haven't been able to achieve my goal or sustain it. Even if I did achieve it, I was right back. And so the last 2 years of being able to reach my goal and sustain it, I realized that it had nothing to do with the knowledge or nothing to do with having a goal or being excited to look a certain way or reach my goal weight. And I reached a point in my life where I hit a rock bottom, not just about my health or weight loss. It was just everything in my life that needed to be fixed. My work, my relationships, the type of person that I was, and my health was just a part of all of those problems. And I was finally ready to surrender and give up and say, like, I can't do this on my own. I tried so many times. I can't do life, on my own. I'm failing at all of these things to where I'm like, where am I going wrong? And it was because I was trying to always do it on my own. When it came to these diets and the workout stuff, I'm doing all the research, I'm getting all the knowledge, and yet I have all this information. I could damn near have a doctorate in this shit because I'm always doing the research on it. And until I finally surrendered and said, God, I need help, said this prayer to him and asked him, like, I'll do whatever you want me to do. I need to change. Like, I don't want to be who I am anymore. And I started to see my life change. I started to see my health get in order. I started to see my relationships get better. I started to be able to not be just desiring for something more or something else. Like, I was always ambitious, going after making more money, changing jobs, always trying different diets to look a certain way or to have my health. Just doing everything that I could to try to reach my goals, and I was always falling short or failing. And I see a lot of my relationship as a father now and how I am with my daughter, and I see a lot of myself in her when it comes to my relationship with God. She's always wanting to do things on her own, right? She's always wanting to, like today we cut watermelon. She wants a knife and she wants to cut the watermelon. I'm like, I'm not gonna give you a knife. And so I give her a butter knife and she's cutting the watermelon. I'm trying to teach her, but she's fighting me because she wants to do it on her own. She wants to be independent. She doesn't want my help. And here I am upset with my daughter because I'm like, you want my help. You need my help so I could show you the right way to do it. And yet I'm the same way. I'm telling God, like, I'm going to do the research. I'm going to gain the knowledge. I'm going to do all of this stuff, achieve all of these goals, accomplish all of these great things. And yet I'm just feel like a failure. And I finally hit this point where I'm like, okay, I'm willing to deny all those things. I'm willing to deny myself and surrender and give it all to you. All of my problems, all of my achievements. Like, and I wouldn't have had any success or achieved anything without God. And so I see our weight loss or our health And the goals that we make with that are a lot of what we want for ourselves and like we want to do on our own. But we wouldn't be unhealthy if our relationship with God was good. And so to me, everything starts there and everything flows from that. The verse that comes to my mind is seek the kingdom of God, or seek God and everything else will be added to you. Here I am seeking all of these things except God. I'm seeking better health. I'm seeking to reach my weight loss goal and look a certain way. I'm seeking to be great at my job and make all this money. I'm seeking everything that is going to be given to me if I just seek God first. And I'm not going to achieve my goals without God, or I don't even know what goals to go after without God. So why are you going after these goals? There's something that you feel like you're missing, right? When you reach that goal, guess what? You're still going to be missing something. And I know this is different advice than what you're normally going to see on weight loss, but it's true. And it's my experience. That's why I know it's true, because I've fought 15 years straight of trying to reach this point where I'm at now. And I surrender to God and it's given to me. I don't know. It's just, I want this to be everybody's experience. I don't know if it will be, but it's the only reason that I can think of why I got to the point where I'm at now. Not everything in my life is perfect. I struggle with dieting. I fall off, but I go right back to God. Work isn't always where I want it to be. There's things that aren't perfect in my life, but I no longer have that hold, or I don't feel like I'm locked to the alcohol that I used to consume all the time, overeating like I used to do every single day. And I was 60 pounds overweight, 60 pounds heavier than I am right now. The lust, video games, or whatever it is that you're attached to, it's not just going to be weight loss. I'm sure there's other things in your life that have a hold of you that shouldn't be there. And we can see our connection in our relationship that is damaged with God when we're attached to those things. When we start to restore our relationship and we give everything to God and we put Him as the focus, Him as the center, everything flows from that and everything else is added to us. Everything that God will know like what's right for our lives at the moment. And so He's going to give us what we can handle. You know what I mean? And He's never going to give us something that's going to take us away from Him, right? He's going to allow us to say like, all right, you want to go after that? Go ahead. That's your choice. You're going to see as a result of that you're going to be running your way back, or that it wasn't really something that you should have gone after. So whatever goals you have, just a lot of times we like goals because they excite us, right? It's like, oh, I want to go after, buying that house, or I want to go after this certain job at my work, or this amount of money per month, or this weight. All those goals are when you get excited and you start going after them and you start doing all this research and it's already causing you anxiety and stress. You already know those things aren't for you. Because of that, that's the sign. For me, and I'm like horrible at that because I am very much into like, I want to be ambitious. I want to go after this, like making more money, or I want to go after getting leaner, or whatever it is. I'm excited about those things and I know like, okay, they're already causing me anxiety, some stress. When I go towards God and I put Him as the goal, Him as the focus, it's peace. It's like there's no expectations. It's just fully accepting where I'm at. I don't feel like I have to get approval or try to overachieve to get other people's approval. And that's a lot of the reasons why I would go after goals too. But anyways, so your health is just a sign of like maybe there needs to be a connection fixed, a relationship with God fixed. So seek Him first and everything else will be given. Everything else will be added to you. That's it.